In this episode, we're going to talk about Scott's NY show.
Hey, you hooked me up to do a show in New York? Cool!
No. Sorry. That was my abbreviation for your New Year show.
Okay. Hey, has it been unseasonably cold by you?
It has. Did you notice in the last show I was wearing a sweater, and now in this show I'm wearing a jacket?
Well, at least you're getting back out to see shows in 2019.
I am getting back out, and it's amazing. It's super cold, but wait until you hear who's coming to town.
Who is coming to town?
No, okay. I didn't. So that's twice. First, it's NY. Now it's who. No, I didn't mean who was coming to town, but a bunch of others are coming to town.
Okay. Hey, what's going on with Service Dog Sally?
Oh, Service Dog Sally. This lady just went off the deep end. Apparently, she doesn't know that no means no.
Yeah.
Welcome to What Happened to the World Today. 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 And Scott and I are still tired. We are almost 1 week into, no, not even close to 1 weekend. Oh my gosh. It's only Saturday. And New Year started on Tuesday. So we are tired. But welcome. Welcome to What Happened to the World Today. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show.
Just like that intro. That was a bad life decision. But we're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today. And the first thing we want to talk about is Scott's picture. Scott's picture is freezing behind him. My last picture was freezing behind me from the last show, and I was wearing a sweater. Now I'm wearing a jacket. So is it just cold by you or unseasonably cold?
No, it's actually normal, but it's been above normal. All of December, we were above normal. So
above
now
normal.
we're back to normal.
Back to normal.
And the lake is starting to freeze. As you can see right here, there's a line of ice, and these are all geese on the ice. Now, here's what's funny. They sit on the ice, and then they jump in the water, and they swim around, and they duck their heads down and eat food. Then they come back on the ice. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, not funny. Where would you go? It's like sitting on the edge of the water.
I wouldn't sit on the ice. Of course, there's fishermen that do that.
Yep. They're called ice fishermen. I don't know what they do with all the ice, and I imagine they might drown when they fry it up.
Yeah, it depends. The size of your pan would probably dictate how much water you'd end up with.
Right? That would be the worst thing to do, have that little house over there, start frying up the ice. And then
water expands when it freezes, so when it actually be less water.
News from Geneva Lake. Ice fisherman drowns when he tries to fry up his catch.
That's right.
But yeah, it's been unseasonably cold. It's finally starting to get back to the 60s. But it was 40. And when Albert was out, he said, I'm going to go golfing. And I'm not going golfing. It was 40 degrees on New Year and 40 degrees with a wind chill of 30. And that's unprotected out on the golf course. I am not going to. Come on, you wimp. You used to live in Chicago. I'm like, look, when we come back out here this summer, and you will be out here this summer, and it's 110, and you're like, oh, it's so hot. And I'm outside going, yeah, it's great. Then we'll talk. But in the meantime, yes.
Golf course in Elkhorn, Wisconsin, if there's no snow on the ground, they are open.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not doing
it. They are open.
I'm not doing it. I can't do it. Can't afford to get sick because, we're both still working and still working a lot. And you had a crazy weekend.
Well, here's what I think
it's not a weekend. Why do I keep thinking that New Year was on the weekend? It's on Tuesday.
It always feels like weekend. Oh, New Year. I thought there was you got me a show in New York. That's what it looked like.
Because our subject board says Scott NY show. So
Man,
Scott got so tired.
Finally got me into New York somewhere.
One of my other friends was actually the Donald Trump at the New York he was a Donald Trump impersonator on Fox for the New Year. He's the one who does Donald Trump when Conan O'Brien needs an impersonator.
Okay,
yeah. His name is John. He is awesome. He is so good at it. He does that. He does Dr. Phil. He does Austin Power. Really hardworking guy. Really gets into the character. Really does a good job.
Well, that's kind of what my as I mentioned before, I did the family show for the New Year's Eve party at the Abbey Resort.
Oh, so you did the family show?
Yes. And so what I usually do is we start off the show with I do a small performance, myself and my assistant Jimmy V. We sing a couple songs to get people rock and rolling for the kids. because the kids are there early. They leave early, obviously.
So you sing some Bruno Mars?
Actually, this is what happened. It was a little strange. Instead of doing karaoke right to begin with, we had music playing because you set up the system and you start playing music. I had a glitch. Do you remember about 3 months ago when maybe a little longer, we had to switch from headset and I was.
Uh-oh. You just went dead. What happened?
Okay, you have been hearing me, right?
I was hearing you right up to this point. Now you're far away.
I'm far away.
Uh-oh. He switched his microphone. What'd you do? Put it back.
I just realized my microphone was half unplugged, so I must have been going off of my laptop microphone instead of the good microphone.
Yeah. Now I can't hear you. I mean, I can hear you, but you're farther away.
Really?
Now I can hear you.
All right. That's kind of odd.
But you're not as loud as you were. Yeah, and you're not as echoey. Oh, man.
You like it the other way?
Yeah, go the other way for the rest of the show. We'll figure it out.
Is that better?
Oh, yeah. You're way louder now.
All right. Well, then I can move this because it's not necessary.
You can leave it in there. People don't know it's a prop at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Tap on it. Tap on it. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. This system.
Bad life decisions led to a YouTube show.
Yeah. But anywho's, the headset plug, one channel went out when I replaced the hard drive. Remember that?
I remember that.
Okay. I completely forgot about it. And this is just the laptop I use for my show.
And so that's the laptop you use for your show?
I only have half the sound. And I'm like, and then I remember what it was. And fortunately, I was smart enough that I had purchased, after you had mentioned it, I purchased an adapter.
Oh, good.
Adapter. Thank goodness. But when I left to set up the show with Jim, it was pouring rain. And I do mean pouring rain. It was just, everything was saturated.
Well, that's what happens in the middle of the winter. It pours rain.
Yeah. So anyway, we're setting up the equipment. I'm doing my sound check. And I'm so glad that I always do my sound check before I put the lighting up. Okay, always. I make sure that is right. We heard the problem. I had to come back to the house.
Oh, no, for that adapter?
That adapter, because I didn't have it with me. And I had also left my change of clothes because I wore different clothes to set up the equipment. And I left them downstairs. Bad
life decisions led to a YouTube show.
When I left the resort, as I walk out the door, it's raining. By the time I get to my car, I'm getting hit in the head with sleet balls. Okay?
Nice. So you're going to go through all the 4 seasons right then and there.
Oh, this was so cool. Sleet balls. Get in the van.
Icy roads.
Yep. Start out the van, pull out there, and we're starting to get slush because the sleet balls are mixing with all the rain turning into slush. As I'm going up the big hill out of Fontana, I get to the top of the hill, it changes to snow. And I mean, bam, like that. What kind of snow was it? Snowflakes the size of silver dollars.
Really?
That's really awesome. They hit the windshield and sucked to the windshield. I could not see until I turned the windshield wipers on.
Well, okay. That makes sense.
Or higher. I mean, they came down that fast.
Really?
The windshield wipers on because it was sleeting. But just on slow.
Okay.
I'm going down a country road, which no salt on it.
Take me home, country road.
At 60 miles an hour because I only have 22 minutes to get to my house and back. And it takes 12 minutes to do it one way.
You're not going to make it.
Well, I made it, but I was white-knuckled the whole way.
Yeah.
But we got back. As a result, we had to go right. We started the DJ music, make sure everything was going. As they opened the doors, the DJ music was playing. It was like a wall of people. Last year, we had 87 people for New Year's Eve in our room. This year, we had 248.
Nice.
Yes.
Great year. Great year, bad weather. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, apparently, the people that were there last year were so impressed that they told all their friends about it, and they all came to the family party instead of the big ballroom party.
Oh, nice. Well, that's cool. Well, that's really good that you more than doubled your show.
Yes, but then we ended up doing DJ music for the first hour and a half, and then since the show was already running, Jim and I only did 2 songs each to get it started. It was still a fantastic night. Everybody had so much fun. We did a double balloon drop. We did one at 9 o'clock for the little kids that had to go to bed. Or not a balloon drop, ball drop. Countdown.
Well, we talked about that in our previous show of all the things that they drop around the United States. You didn't drop a giant orange or an Indian car like they do in Indianapolis.
But it was a great night, and everybody had a fun time. And you
can do that for next year. You can set up a Hot Wheels car, and you can drop the Hot Wheels car down the track. And it can jump through a little thing a little tissue paper thing that says, 2018, and it jumps through that and breaks it.
Yes.
Then it lands on a cake that says 2019. The kids would love that, and then the kids get the cake. Bunch of cupcakes, and then all the kids can take a cupcake away. There's your plan for next year. That'll be good.
Yeah, except that you got to remember, I'm just a hired help at this show. Even though I'm running the show, it's their event.
Well, tell them that they need to do that. That's the ball drop for the kids.
Yeah, with an 8-foot ceiling.
It's a Hot Wheel car. You put it on the track. You're only 4 feet off the ground. You let it jump. You let the track go down, and it jumps through the hoop.
I wonder if my dad still has my Hot Wheels stuff down in the basement. I should look.
Probably. That's your New Year resolution right there. Go find that.
Exactly.
Bring that on the show.
We're talking about me. We need to talk about you. What did you do this last week?
Well, with Al being out, one of the things we like to do is go to shows. So I'm trying to get back so I have time to edit again so I can start doing What Happened to Las Vegas today and do some shows. But I have a really good friend named Adam Hunter. Absolutely funniest comedian that you'll ever want to see. Great show. Just dirty enough to be funny, but not vulgar dirty.
Yes, that's the way I like to do it too.
So you'll like it. But he has a UFC podcast. So check out Adam Hunter's UFC podcast. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry, Adam, but it's really, really good. But he always brings UFC fighters. He doesn't bring them. They show up.
Okay. Oh, I thought UFC was universally funny comedian.
Very good. He is. But he also has a TV show he's trying to plug called Stand Up Ambush, where 3 comedians get together and they go to weird places and try and do a set. And then they see who had the best set. Like at a gas station while you're filling up your gas. Hey, let me tell you some jokes. Or in a drive-through when people are trying to get their order over the microphone, trying to tell jokes. Yeah. Or the most dangerous one I've seen him do is on a driving range. They actually go stand out at a driving range where people are hitting balls at them. I'm like, that's crazy.
That's insane.
Could be a good show. But at this last show, which I have a picture.
By the time the ball hits you, it's going slow enough that it shouldn't be too bad.
No. You go look it up. Go look up Adam Hunter.
Okay.
And you'll see just Adam Hunter, AdamHunter, comedian, and you will find videos on this. And yeah, it's pretty funny. But the guy who just won, Walt Harris, was there. So I got a picture with Walt Harris, Eric Anders, and Charles Rosa. There were also 3 female UFC fighters in the crowd, and it was great. Now there's I don't know her name. There's an autistic female fighter, first one in the UFC, and she just won her fight. And I don't remember her name, but she was good. So that was super cool. Funny guy, like I said. You ever get to see Adam Hunter? He travels around. He's been on all kinds of TV shows. Look him up. Go look him up on YouTube. Great guy. So that was, I don't know when. But then we went and saw Maroon 5. Maroon 5 plays New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. No. New Year's Eve and the day before New Year's Eve. So that'd be New Year's Eve. So got tickets to go see Maroon 5 again.
Steve, you're such a maroon.
However, sorry, Adam, his voice was tired. His voice was, we saw him 4 years ago, and it was great. The nice thing about their concert is it's all about the music. I mean, the light show is great. Don't get me wrong. They got a huge video screen behind there, but it's about the music. And they play all their hits, like every song you know. I go to concerts, like I went to Justin Timberlake 2020 tour, and I didn't know all the songs because he plays the whole album.
Yeah.
And I don't know all the tracks off the album. Like some of the people do, I didn't. I knew most of them, but I didn't buy the album, listen to every track. And then who else did? Oh, and then Man in the Woods. He did the same thing, right? He plays every track off the album, and I'm like, I don't know all the songs from Man in the Woods.
Right.
But so I'm really looking forward to getting back out and doing shows again this year, because 2019 has some great people coming in to do residencies.
You bet.
So Lady Gaga is here. She's coming up end of January. So she's going to be at the Park Theater. Van Morrison is going to be here for about a week at the Coliseum. So that's at Caesars. Aerosmith is going to have like 4 weeks at the Park MGM. So that'll be fun to see those old guys. James Taylor's going to be here at the Coliseum for a couple weeks.
You got a friend.
And Al and I were talking about this. We're going, wow, I wonder if they're still playing. ZZ Top is going to tour again with Billy Gibbons.
Wonder how long their beards are now.
Well, Billy Gibbons still plays a lot. He's got his own band and his own stuff. He does like tons of stuff. But they're touring as ZZ Top, or they're going to have about a 2-week run.
Well, most entertainers, that's just like, we can't stop.
Yep. Billy Idol, he's going to be at the Palms again. The Pearl of the Palms.
That'd be interesting to see.
Cher will be back again at the Park Theater. Gwen Stefani is here at Planet Hollywood. Backstreet Boys are at Planet Hollywood. Mariah Carey, The Butterfly Returns. You guys can go see the review on that, on what happened in Las Vegas today. But Mariah Carey, The Butterfly Returns, that was a great show. People are like, put the whole concert up. I don't put the whole concert up, folks. No. Celine Dion coming back. One of the surprises for me, Santana's House of Blues plays, Boys the Men, but Britney Spears, she's going to be at the Park Theater now.
Cool.
She was over at Planet Hollywood, but she's now going to be at the Park Theater. Let's see. James Taylor, Aerosmith, Righteous Brothers are here. Santana, Van Morrison, I already mentioned. Travis Scott, Chicago will be back through town again. Kiss has a concert.
Their show is actually still amazing.
Well, their show is called The Final Tour or something like that. I forget what it's called. Yeah, the Final Farewell Tour, I think is what it's called, or something like that. But that was pretty funny. I saw that. That was good. But a lot of Lady Antebellum is going to have a residency here. The Pearl at the Palms.
Just to tell you how much of an impact Kiss has made on the world, do you remember the animated movie Megamind?
Yeah.
You remember the scene where...
I didn't see the movie. Sorry, but I do remember the movie, but I didn't see it.
Man, you got to see the movie, because when Megamind has to fight Titan, the comment is made, he's a super villain, and Megamind goes, "Oh, you're a villain, all right, just not very super." And Titan goes, "What's the difference?" And all of a sudden, it turns into the big head of Megamind in the clouds. The tongue comes out from Kiss, right? Have the big long tongue. And he walks down and goes, "Presentation!" That's from Kiss.
Hey? Yeah, Gene Simmons is big on that.
Yes.
All right, so let me wrap up these last few here. Hugh Jackman will be here in town. That's right. Hugh Jackman from The Greatest Showman and Wolverine. He'll be in concert. And then Iron Maiden. Yeah. But there's a bunch of other concerts, but these are, that's cool.
I like it.
There's some Las Vegas concerts I'm looking at doing, plus some shows that I hope to see in 2019. Woohoo! All right, so it's time for you to do our genuine positivity message. This will be your first genuine positivity message that you wrote for 2019. So go for it. Talk to me.
It can be hard to understand why someone does something in a way that you find distasteful, just as it is hard for that person to understand why the way they do something makes you upset. What you do need to understand is life is full of different ways of doing things. And once you understand that, you can get past almost any issue with just a little more understanding.
That was a good one. A little wordy. Get to the point. but a good one. Yay.
Some of the ones that I research when I'm looking for these things, they're like 2 paragraphs long, and I'm like, well, it is a genuine positive message, but it's also...
No, it's a great positivity message. You know, you do things because you understand them. You don't do things because you don't understand them.
Right.
Just because you don't understand them doesn't mean they're not right. So,
unlike this poor lady, well, I don't know if she's...
Well, she does stuff because she understands it. She doesn't do things because she doesn't understand.
Yeah.
So this lady, okay, so this is taking it a little far. So I'm just going to read the headline, right? Take a drink. Yes. Mother threatens to call her lawyer after she's told she can't pet service dogs in training.
Right.
Okay. Extreme. You know, my wife talks about me, you know, being a little dramatic. Okay, that's okay. If people don't want you to pet their dog, period, forget whether it's a service dog in training or not.
Yes.
You just don't walk up and start touching people's stuff.
Yes, it's correct.
Right, wait, where does that stop, right? Okay, yes. This time it's the dog. Now what are you going to touch next? Okay, so the fact that people think they just run up and pet people's... No, what if the dog bites? What if the dog doesn't like people? What if the dog is...
Well, here's the worst part. All these dogs wear vests that say they're service dog with big, huge signs on them that say, do not pet.
Right, I'm in training. Right, it's very distracting for the dog who's trying to learn. But that's right. Why does she... You know,
well, later in the thing, she says that, well, the lady called her a bad word or whatever. And it's like the trainer is I hate using just the word handicap because that's not really right.
Has autism.
What was that?
Has autism.
She has autism, right. She has trouble communicating, so she usually keeps her answers to very short single words or short phrases. So she just said no. And then this lady got all upset saying that she called her a bad name. It's like, it's not usually what autistic type people do.
No is a bad name. Okay, yeah. No means no.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many things.
But they're calling her, what was it? Something Sally.
No, what?
The lady, I'm having a brain fart because I
didn't read the article, so I don't know what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
they called her Sally.
Service dog Sally. That's it. They call her service dog Sally.
Oh, yeah. That's the service dog's name. I don't know what that meant to.
No, the lady who had a fit. Everybody on Facebook is calling her service dog Sally. That's the nickname she got now.
Oh, okay. That's just weird.
Yeah. So this is in a Pittsburgh mall on December 19th. Just for those of you who want to look it up. You see the video. I mean, she just goes ballistic.
Yeah, it's just silly. Like I said, there's just so many things that are wrong with this. You know, no means no. Don't touch other people's stuff.
Yes.
You know, respect the dog.
Stop touching my stuff.
So, all right. So I see our phrase origin story. Our phrase origin story should have been with the Orville from our last show.
No, because it wasn't that bad. It was still a good.
Not that the show was piss poor. But the show was about him.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about it. Jeez.
Man, you are still tired. Well, hopefully 2019, Scott and I will start getting some sleep.
Our next show, I'll be better, I promise.
And our phrase origin story will be piss poor.
Yes. Which means to be extremely poor.
Well, okay. Extremely poor in which way? Poor as in not have money?
Yes, not having money. In ancient times, urine was used in tanneries to soak the animal hides.
So it's piss poor, not piss poor. I was saying piss poor, like you pouring a
you are. It's P-O-O-R.
Pouring piss. So it's piss. It's piss.
Yes.
Poor.
As a result, it was a way for very poor families to make a few pennies by selling their urine to the tanneries.
Really?
Really.
And what would they do with it? The tanners would use it for the leather?
They use it to soak the animal hides.
Oh, that's right. Really? They still do that? Or are there chemicals now?
This was in ancient times.
Okay, we're old-timey, so we probably...
Did we switch? Are you not listening to me, Steve?
No, I'm listening to you, but here's my question. I'm thinking, and it hurts.
Oh.
Bad life decisions make my brain hurt. What would be worse? Getting leather tanned in urine or getting leather tanned in chemicals?
Urine is technically sterile. One of the things you're taught during not first aid, but survival training is if you actually were to be seriously injured, urinating on yourself, if at all possible, to clean out the wound can save your life.
Well, that could also help you if you get stung by a jellyfish.
Yes.
Have somebody pee on you.
Yeah.
So, okay, so where's the origin from? Tanners used to soak the urine in animal hides so people could sell it to make money.
That's right.
So you were so poor you had to sell your piss. So you were piss poor.
You get it now?
That's a piss poor excuse.
Certainly is, Ollie.
Something is really bad. Okay, I'll go with it.
Hey,
so that was our phrase origin story for that. And with that, I want to say thank you for watching our piss poor show.
And if you feel the show has really got off the deep end,
well, that depends how deep the piss is. Please subscribe, like, watch our other shows and channels. Go down to whathappened.world. You can connect up to our social media, our Facebook, our Instagram. You can see the pictures of all the places I'm going, eating and going and starting to go and see shows again. I post all that stuff on Instagram and Facebook. Go to Fun Guy Entertainer Cooks For You. At least once a month, he's going to be eating a whole food plant-based meal. Maybe make a few more on his show. And with that, I want to say live every day, and we'll see you at the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and have a good one.
Be crazy, just different crazy.